Hey everybody, it's Jason Calacanis, and this is the second producers meeting. I am here with Tyler Crowley.
Did we have a first one? I don't remember the first one.
You weren't here for the first one.
Where was I?
I don't know, but we did it in the conference room over there, and now we're doing it a little more professionally.
Okay.
So, for those of you who are watching this, if you were a producer of This Week in Startups, which you can join the producers program by going to twistlist.co, twistlist.co. If you join twistlist.co, you become a producer, you get to impact the actual program, which means you discuss with us who are the guests, what shows are doing well, and you join the back channel, which is an email list that Tyler, myself, Lon, Carolyn, Matt, all the team here are on, and we just discuss startups all day long, best practices. It's sort of like an insider kind of a thing. There's about 100 of us on the list, and some folks just like to lurk and learn. There's lurk and learners. Then there's people who are active debaters. We got some people who are into producing the program and really like that aspect of it. But the truth is, it's just a lot of fun and a bunch of people hanging out, learning together about startups. So the first thing we want to do is just do a quick recap here of the past 60 days on This Week in Startups. Tyler, we had the Connected Devices Web TV special. You weren't here for that, I don't think. Now that episode, I think, did very well. It was a topic-based episode where we really dove deep into one topic. I enjoyed that. I'd like to do some more of those, and we are going to do some more of those. I want people to just be able to tell me, like, I really like that, or I did like that. So as I mentioned the episode, you tell me what you thought about that. We had the Uber revealing interview with Travis Kalanick. I love that episode. Classic.
In the ranking for all time.
Hey, we did the pilot for This Week in Docs. How many people looked at the This Week in Docs pilot? How many people watched that? I'm curious. Of the dozen or so people who are here, who saw that?
I didn't see anyone say anything other than they really liked it.
People liked it, yeah. So can I see the chat room now? Would I see responses from people?
Yeah.
I don't see any responses from people. Can't see it. Okay. Still a terrible echo. What about Ustream? Yep, was good. Okay, so Matt says, yep, it was good. Okay. We had 2 international meetups, the Santiago, Chile, and Paris, France. I thought those were pretty good.
I missed the Chile one.
Yeah.
The French and London ones are always good. I really want to see the Chile one. I'm really anxious to see the one tonight in Asia.
Korea, yeah. We did 5 bonus episodes. Those are great. 7 news roundtables. People love those. And 11 interviews with startup CEOs and founders. Wow, it's been a busy 2 months. So how many episodes did we do in the last 2 months? It looks like 11, 7, 18. Wow, I must have done 30 episodes or so. How many episodes do you guys watch a week? Do you watch 1, 2 a week? I'm asking a question to the chat room, so can I see the chat room? How many episodes a week do you guys watch? I'm curious. If you're in the chat room. If you can find the chat room. All right, so anyway, moving on. We're going to do a health and fitness devices special. We're going to have Kathy Savitt of the controversial company Lockerz and a big data special as well. The big data episode is being produced by producer Fuentes. And yeah, he's got a lot of good guest possibilities here. Bill Guard, personal finance. I don't know why that would be a good person to have on it. Now, Planetar, that sounds interesting. That one is a big data company. And Datasift sounds interesting.
Nick would be really good. He did that tweet. He did the original tweet button, like tweet this button.
Yeah.
The retweet, well, not retweet, tweet meme.
Yeah.
And then that thing was going
The
crazy.
CEO of Datasift?
Yeah.
Nick Halstead, yeah. So that, I think, let's give Nick Halstead the go-ahead. He would be good. And then I like this Dr. Karp, sounds interesting. So let's go with those 2 for the big data episode. It's associate producer Kat is working on the Shark Tank Where Are They Now roundup. That's a great idea. Executive producers Geoff and Cam are working on the big 80s. Dan Bricklin, Mitch Kapoor, and Nolan Bushnell. Those are all great. They're legends. You know, you sort of feel like you have to have each one of those one at a time. But Nolan Bushnell is here in Los Angeles, and I know him. So and I know Mitch Kapoor. So yeah, we should do either of those, or all 3 of them. It'd be great. Talk about the 80s and technology, and how it relates to today. Greg Baer proposed an advertising services episode, ad network service, etc. I'm not so strong on that one. To be honest, I kind of feel like it's yesterday's technologies. Several producers have indicated interest in holding Twist X in their town. That's a great idea. Definitely always host those. Questions from the producers. Is there still a plan to record an episode on patents? Yes, we should still do that.
I have the guy.
You have the guy. Let's set it up.
Okay.
And, you know, we never had the founder of Instagram on. When are we going to do that? I feel like we should do that at some point, right?
That would be a good one.
Yeah. Okay, and do Jason and Tyler still have plans to come to London and Paris? Yes, possibly. We're very busy, and we need to have, anytime we go to the cities, we need to have somebody sponsor the event. Like 5, 6, 7 grand just to cover the basic travel costs. So if you want us to come to your town, we just got to get a sponsor, or if I'm keynoting an event, they typically will pay. So one of those two things needs to happen. Wasn't there a Twist list with all the producers to be maintained? Yeah, Carolyn, you and Geoff should maintain a list of all the producers. That'd be great. Oh, no, it is maintained. Twitter.com, Geoff Clapp, and he's got Twist producers as one of his lists. Is there a Google Doc? Yes, there is one, and we will share that with everybody on the list. Questions from Geoff. Can we build a pop-out viewer for the show that can be served from this week in? I think that Ustream and Justin both have that. Can we invite Adam Carolla to be on Twist? Yes, we should do that. I was on Adam's show, so he will do that as well. Okay, so let me hear from the audience. Can I hear from each of the producers and let them know? Maybe we should start and go right down and just give each producer a minute or two to talk.
We can do that. Coming up, Mike Sunyich. Mike, we're unmuting you right now if you'd like to talk to Jason.
Mike.
Oh, hey guys.
Hey, Mike.
Oh, hey. I didn't really prepare for anything.
No, so tell me, what did you think of the last 2 months? Would you have a favorite episode, and how are we doing?
Yeah, it's a great episode. I think that the highlight is when you repeat Tyler's insight after he says it.
Yeah, that's a pretty funny bit.
It's hysterical every time, and my fiance looks at me like I'm nuts, but I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, it certainly has become like people's like highlight of the show, and I always beg Tyler to have more of them, but he doesn't.
You got to tease him.
He doesn't. He won't commit to a specific number of them.
You can't give it every time.
Yeah.
It's like going out on the date with the girl. You can't.
Oh, I have to be like I have to get up in the morning.
That's
yeah,
right.
I got to go to bed.
Yeah.
So, did you have a favorite episode in the last couple of months? I mean, certainly Insights from Tyler is a favorite feature, but what about a favorite episode?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, all the episodes are good. Before I forget, if you guys do the Shark Tank, where are they now?
Yeah.
I'd love for you guys to include some Shark Tanks that didn't work out, and maybe they can come on and let people know why, what mistakes they made.
Let's do the failure episode. I think that's more interesting than the Shark Tank revisit. We'll just call it the failure episode. And we'll just be like the fail episode. We just talk to all the Shark Tank people who failed. And just say, and where are you now? But sort of like, where are you now? But it's just like, it's the fail show. I think it's a great idea. Any other things you'd like to see in the show? Any particular guests? Any particular topics?
It's hard to say. I mean, they're all good. I mean, I've been in the business a long time. It's just nice to see that there's other people that have been in it for 10 plus years, and everyone's got something. If you get a half of one good idea per show, I mean, it's worth it. So
yeah, that's how I look at it. If I learn 1 or 2 things per episode, and I typically learn 2 or 3, I'm pretty happy. All right. Well, thanks, Mike, for the support. Where are you based?
Sure, you got it.
Where are you based, Mike?
Oh, I'm in Orange County.
Beautiful. The OC. Almost went there on vacation. I was going to go down to Newport or San Diego on vacation. But then
I'm right there. Anytime you're in town, let me know.
Yeah, we'll have a meetup. Okay, nice talking to you, Mike. Let's go to another one of our producers.
Matt Halanoro, we are unmuting your mic if you want to say hi.
Matt, are you there?
Matt, can you hear me?
Okay, let's do the next one.
All right, going right to the next one. Margaret Johns, we're unmuting your microphone. Margaret, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hey, Margaret, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's 9 o'clock in New Hampshire, and we're about to have a hurricane. They canceled my Appalachian Mountain Club camp, so I'm bummed.
That is a bummer. Well, now, didn't they, the last I heard, the news networks were very upset that they had nothing to cover because the hurricane was dissipating.
Oh, that would be so great. That would be so great.
So did you have a favorite episode from the last couple of months? Any feedback on how we're doing?
Yeah, I'm looking, my memory is or if I'm looking back at them.
Yeah.
You know, I would say, you know, there are some episodes that you're just so animated and so into the interviewer, like with Chris Dixon. I'm looking at the one with Chris Dixon.
Yeah, he was great interview. You know, it's like that's somebody I can. But you really the interviews rise and fall with the energy level of the subject, not the interviewee. So a lot of times people say, "Oh my God, you did such a great job in the interview." I say, "Hey, you got somebody like Travis Kalanick or Gary Vaynerchuk or David Hansen, like it's going to just flow."
Yeah.
And yeah, I get a little charged up too because it's a great conversation. But Chris Dixon was a delight, and he's a really super intelligent guy. And you know what I love about that? He has not had success with hunts yet. Yet still a lot to learn from the guy. And it just goes to show you, like, entrepreneurship is not all up.
It's really amazing the percentage of guys who hit it,
Right.
got a triple,
Yep.
and then their next thing they're bunting. You know,
Yeah, they get hit by the ball.
It's amazing the
Kevin
percentage.
Rose, you know, like it's like Dig is getting its ass kicked now. Everyone's like, "Oh, Kevin Rose is a fraud," and I'm like, "How
Well, I
can
would
you
say,
he's so
you know,
smart?"
your
you know?
interview, you had that interview at Caltech,
Yes.
and that there was points where you're saying being an entrepreneur is really, really hard, and you just really emphasized that. And
Yeah.
I was going like, yes, yes.
That's what I was,
right.
I'm trying to let people know exactly what they're in for because, you know, when you get to that point where it's really hard, then most people are not prepared for it, and emotionally, psychologically,
Yeah,
it can be
hard.
devastating for people when they do everything possible. They work 100 hours a week and nothing works. And then what they don't realize is, you know, you're only like a moment away from your next success. So you could fail. Hunt could be sideways for 3 years, and then they do one thing that clicks, and boom, you know?
I mean,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
think,
that's like totally there. I mean, the old thing, Macy's went bankrupt 34 times, or RH Macy went bankrupt 34 times. I love to repeat that to people.
He went 34 times or 3 or 4?
34.
Macy's went, my God.
He had like 34 failures. I kid you not.
Wow.
Yeah. And the other one that I really like that stays with me, the Caltech one stays with me, and Tony Hsieh stays with me.
Yeah, Tony Hsieh is a colossal interview. I mean, he's a quiet guy. So I have to say, the first I actually interviewed him at South by Southwest, I didn't think that was a great interview. But then when I had him here in the office, and I knew that he's a quiet guy, and I said, you know, as the interviewee, I got to really get it out of him. I got to really push him a little bit.
I think he had been trained a bit because he was promoting a book.
Yeah.
And he had a little bit of like.
Yeah.
A little more
coaching.
animation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he'd been practiced because he'd been doing back-to-back interviews for a week leading up to that.
I don't know.
The color one, who is the fellow on color?
Yeah, forgot his name right now.
Not Peter, Bill.
Not Peter,
Bill Nguyen.
Bill Nguyen, yeah. He was great too. Yeah, very honest. We'll definitely do a follow-up when he has his next version. And color's another one, right? My God, they got crucified.
Huge success before.
Huge success. But you know what? It's a matter of expectation. You raise that much money, now the expectation is very high.
Yes.
And so he is really managing expectations. He's only a couple of months in. Then he loses Peter as a co-founder for whatever.
And the technical guy.
And the technical guy. So now he's sitting there with $39 million in the bank. He's got to figure out what's next. And you know what? 3 years of runway, smart guy who sold his last company to Apple.
I think it'd be awesome.
He'll figure it out.
Yeah, he will, and it'll be amazing when he does.
Yeah, he'll have to pivot. All right, well, great feedback.
Yep.
Any special requests or anything you think we can do to make the program better? Yeah.
Actually, this is one that would be really helpful. You know how you have all your episodes lined up graphically?
Yes.
Well, if you could just have like line by line, 1 through 100 and whatever it is at this point, like the episode and who it was and the company, that would be really helpful. So
that's a great idea. And I'm pulling up on my computer here. Do I have IVG up, guys? Okay, good, I do. Here is the wiki. And so this is the responsibility of all producers, is to get in there on the wiki and help. This is for all of This Week In. So you go to wiki.thisweekin.com. You click on This Week in Startups, boom. And we got a bunch of different pages here. The red ones haven't been created, the blue ones have. And we can just make a list. Here's a list of episodes. And this is a list of all the episodes, boom. Now, as you'll see, they're all red. So these can be edited a bunch, and we can put information on them. But here is episode 139, the News Roundtable, and somebody just dumped in the timestamps. It needs to be formatted, but it's a start. And so my concept here is that you guys all will have accounts on the wiki and can add and edit stuff. So here's the Bill Nguyen. How do you spell that? Nguyen. And we can now fill this in, and he will have a page. So we'll make a page for everybody. And if you don't know how to edit a wiki, it's super simple. I can go in here and I can, let me just make it a little bit bigger so it's really easy to see. If I double bracket something, like his name, Bill Nguyen, whoop. If I double bracket his name, and I double bracket color.com, right? That means it's going to create a page. A double bracket means create another page that'll be linked to. I hit save the page, and that easily now he's got a page. I click his page here, and I say Bill Nguyen is the CEO of color.com. I'll double bracket that. Well, you guys know how hyperlinks work. And appeared on episode TKTK. So that's, we're going to put that in there. TKTK means to come in editorial parlance. So anyway, you see how quickly this can build, how quickly you can build stuff. This is how the Wikipedia was built so quick. You'll also see in here, This Week in Sales and This Week in Social Media are two of the new pilots. And I guess they put This Week in Pilots, which is just, we added this new kid, Sam, to the staff. And he is like, he is just like type A. Have you met Sam?
I think so.
He's the big tall guy who wears a tie to work.
No.
Anyway, he should be, I'll have him on the next week. Anyway, he's like a little firecracker, but he's big. And he is really doing a good job casting. So he's helping find great people to put on the shows. And Rob Tersick is doing This Week in Social Media. We rebooted that. And This Week in Sales is, we just taped the pilot for that. And you can actually see the pilot here. And Kevin Gaither is going to be, looks like the host of that show. And I had all of the different people here put notes about the pilot and what could use improvement and what was good, etc. So I think this will be a very helpful place for us all to edit stuff and make lists like you're talking about. And many hands makes for light work, as my dad used to say. So that's what the wiki's all about.
Okay, great.
Awesome. All right, well, stay safe there, and sorry about the Appalachian Trail. Were you going to go on the Appalachian Trail?
Appalachian Mountain Camp, yeah.
It's part of the Appalachian Trail, yeah.
Yeah, that on there. Yep.
Oh, I've been to the Appalachian Mountains. How many peaks are there? There's like 25 peaks or something?
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, and you can get a special badge for peaking each one. And I forgot. Let's see. Appalachian Trail, list of peaks. And there's only like a certain number of people who've actually done all the peaks, because some of them are very hard to get to now because of all the people who've gone to them. Trail completion. Yeah. Anyway, if you don't know what the Appalachian Trail is, go take a look at the Wikipedia page. I mean, here it is. Look at that, huh? How glorious is that? I mean, I don't know where you start down there, but
Georgia.
Is that it? Yeah.
Here we go. Yep, I see it.
2,000 miles. Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, just all the way up, up, up. It is amazing. It's famous for its many hikers, some of whom called through hikers, attempt to hike it in its entirety in a single season. And there's many books. The term is most common, yeah. So it's called through hiking. And that's if you do the Appalachian Trail. And I think a lot of people, wow. Amazing. Anyway, we could do This Week in Appalachian Trail. We'll talk to you next time. Thanks for supporting the program.
Great.
Thanks, Margaret.
It's a great program.
I appreciate that.
All right, Kyle Lonzo is up next. Kyle, can you hear us? All right, Kyle
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Excellent. All right, go ahead.
Oh, I might be delayed.
No, you sound pretty good, Kyle. It's Jason.
Oh, okay.
Here. What, you have a favorite show from the last 2 months? Favorite feature? Favorite moment?
Oh. Hello?
Yes, we're here. Can you hear Jason?
Oh,
Ground
a
control.
Ustream
to
commercial
Kyle.
just came on. Hold on a second.
Yeah. Yes. This is what live is all about.
Ground
Control
control.
to Major Tom. Has something.
We don't own that song, unfortunately.
Yes, that's why I'm humming it.
Ah, there we go.
The melody Jason's singing though is not exactly the song.
Yeah, trust me, YouTube's automatic
It's not gonna detect
filters
it.
are not going to detect me singing about it. Thank you very much.
Yes, sorry, Ustream commercial came on there.
Oh, God, with the Ustream commercials. I just talked to Brad about that. They had this disruptive commercial thing, and I'm like, can you please turn that off? And he said he would. Carolyn, can you please email Brad at Ustream or Matt and talk to him about this issue? He said he would turn it off for our accounts, and you can just tell whoever the VP over there is that Brad told Jason, turn it off.
We're on it.
Thank you.
Is this in the middle of the episode?
They have middle ones, so they just basically say you can use our service for free, which is a great service. Ustream, hey man, they're providing free streaming. It's incredible.
Yeah.
But in the middle of your stream, they will play a commercial. So you're like,
while you're live.
while you're live telling a
Oh, wow.
story, in the middle of a story, they would break up Travis telling the story of him getting threatened by Ovitz with a Tampax commercial, and it's it's not even targeted. It's just very weird.
Wow.
I don't know what YouTube thinks that I am having my period right now. Because every video I watch for the last 3 days on YouTube
Wow.
is like a Tampax or a Maxi Pad, and then like, I'm logged in as a man.
Yeah.
My first name is Jason. I don't understand
funny.
it. It's like, what's the state of? Oh, are they programming to men that I'm going to pick up my wife a certain feminine napkin because I don't
know.
have any influence over this buying decision. Very weird. Okay, anyway, Kyle,
I'm trying to figure out how they figured it out.
did you have a favorite moment?
I get all these Rogaine type commercials.
I don't understand it.
How do they know I'm
How
bald?
do they know that you're bald? Everybody gets them. They just do it by age.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I don't get them. They do it. They know you're bald. It's through the camera technology. The Gmail turns
I think
on your
it's
camera.
a facial recognition.
The Gmail turns on your camera. They're getting it from your Flickr. All right, here we go. Come on now. Conspiracy theories. Kyle, what did you have a favorite moment?
Well, I really liked the interview with Travis. Just, I think you hit the nail on the head when you said that in your email. The guest means a lot, and if he's willing to go there, then that's going to go a long way. I really like that interview.
That's the point. I think he was particularly comfortable with Jason, that he would tell someone. He wouldn't have said a lot of that stuff anywhere else.
No. I've heard those stories many years over many drinks, so I think it felt pretty comfortable. Hey, and so what is it that you do? Why are you a producer of the program? What do you hope to get out of it?
I'm learning. Basically, I've been running an education startup. I guess it's not a startup, an education company for about 10 years now. And I'm trying to get into a tech startup now that will hopefully be in beta in the next week. And I've been watching your show probably about 4 or 5 months now.
Kyle, did you just say tech or tax?
Tech.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tech, yeah. Online gaming.
Awesome. So great. I'm glad that you're enjoying it, and keep.
Yeah, it's
tuning in.
excellent.
Let's go to our next producer.
All right, coming up next. Thank you very much, Kyle. Coming up next, we have got Hunter Owens. Hunter, you're unmuted. Can you hear us?
Hunter, my boy. How you doing, Hunter?
Hi, yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear you, Hunter.
It's been a
How's
great
everything?
few months. I got the... Wait, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Yeah, I got that Twist messenger bag and mug and
very
everything.
Good. Yeah, we love to
Great
send the
promotion
bags
for the
out for
show.
everybody. And so,
And then
where are you based? How old are you again? Does everybody know?
20.
And you're based
But
in?
I'm moving to LA next month. So.
Wow. Awesome.
What's going on in LA?
Well, I'm starting school at UCLA.
Oh,
Basically,
congratulations.
but
Very good, Hunter. Where are you based now?
it's a good place to be. Right now, I'm in San Diego.
Yeah.
Wait. Where in San Diego? Did I ask you this before?
Maybe like the La Mesa, East County area.
Uh-huh.
Like 20 minutes from downtown.
Yep, I know. I'm from Encinitas. I know La Mesa.
Oh. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting up to LA. More up there.
I wish I could go back to being 20 and start in UCLA next week.
But
You're in
yeah, the Google Groups has been a great resource lately too.
You saying the Google group is a great resource?
Yeah, the Twist List Google email group.
Yeah, I feel like
Putting-
we've reached a good stasis of not too much email, not too little. And there was a big debate. I don't know if you were on, I think you were on the list during that debate of like, how much is too much? And, oh my God, I guess it's too much. And it's like, well, go to the web. And, oh, there should be a web-based forum. I'm like, it is a web-based forum. It's Google Groups.
Yeah.
You can go to the web. They've solved this problem a decade ago when they bought Deja News. But I'm getting a lot out of the list. I literally read every email. I don't respond to everyone because I'm trying to make the list not revolve around me too much. Like, I can answer every question on the list in most, almost every case. I can answer the question. I try to let things develop a little bit before I step in and answer a question. You may have noticed I lag a little bit. I like to be this third, fourth, fifth, sixth person to add because sometimes if I answer a question, I feel like it kills the discussion. Like I like to let things grow a little bit. And so, did you have any other favorite moments, Hunter?
The news roundtables have been really good. Like with the Paul.
They've gotten better, right?
Yeah.
They start. I
and
think
then
when
it's just great to get all the different perspectives. Like it's great having one guest, but
Well,
it's also really nice to get a bunch of different perspectives all in one episode.
yeah, the first few.
So
We did get a few people that were like, well, I'm not getting as much as I used to out of the regular episodes.
Right.
And now they're not saying that. Like that last one that we did,
Paul Kondrowski.
one of the best ones. One of the
We
best,
had Paul
Yeah.
Kondrowski.
Yep.
Kondrowski.
Kadrowski, yeah.
Kondrowski.
Yeah,
And then we had
Drosky.
who was in the studio?
William Quigney.
And William Quigley. So you have two brilliant guys, and that was great.
And they were willing to take opposite sides of a couple of points.
Yes,
which is
so
really cool.
that's always good for the debate, and I just love having people smarter than myself on. That's when I think it really shines. So, when you have Sean Percival was on and Jason Nazar are on, those guys are younger entrepreneurs than me.
And they're going to agree on everything.
And yes, generally speaking. So in a lot of cases, the show will then, again, regress back towards my opinion. Whereas what I love about having Paul,
Paul's got an expertise.
or William,
they both have
they have
expertise
something to teach
all their
me.
own. Yeah.
And so that's really where I feel, and Carolyn, I think you need to take a programming note for this one. For the News Roundtable, people smarter than Jason, in whatever particular vertical it is, or just smarter in general, which is not a high benchmark, equals better. People who maybe are younger in their careers, like I love Sean, I love Jason Nazar, but those are the guys who might ask me for advice, whereas I might ask William or Paul for advice. So I feel like the dynamic is better when there's somebody with deep expertise. Okay, so you like the news, and everything else, quality of the program feels pretty good? Feels like we're doing better and better?
Been good. Uber was great, obviously, but then the Google Groups, I think, is just very helpful.
Yeah, I think that's becoming as important as the show.
Hunter, what's your
definitely.
What's your focus going to be at UCLA?
Dropping out.
Communication and marketing.
Dropping out when he gets a good startup idea. If you drop out halfway through, don't go telling your mom or dad like, hey, I was listening to This Week in Startups, and then I decided I'm going to start a company. Leave me out of it. Unless it's successful, then say that I did it, that I was the inspiration.
Yeah, I'm starting my beta for Excelsior next month too.
Good.
In school in the same month, so
Awesome.
I guess we'll see which one lasts longer.
Yeah, what you should certainly do is come by the studio and sit in. All the producers are welcome to come sit in. We've got an extra chair or two here. And since you're going to be in Southern California, it's a lot of fun to come to see the show and hang out with the guys, because it's a lot of fun here. Good to see you. And Lon's not here tonight, but yeah. All right.
Yeah,
well,
definitely.
Thanks for coming in. Thanks for calling in.
Great.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Ethan Jones suggested follow up with previous guests whose companies have since run into difficulty or pivoted, such as Phil Kaplan of Blippy. Yeah, he left Blippy, and Blippy is iterating. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. I've started to think, I was watching Jim Cramer's program, and he's goofy, obviously.
Well, he loves it when the stock market starts going crazy.
Oh, well, it gets him more viewers, and there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
But he does, that's why I like the lightning round. I took the lightning round from
Yes,
his lightning round for our lightning round. There's a certain energy that I like. It's a little spastic, granted, but I was wondering if there...
Can't believe Red Bull doesn't sponsor that show.
Exactly.
5 minutes.
But no, I was just thinking, we did the Shark Tank, and I'm wondering if, for the benefit of the audience, we should take a very simple topic. Like, I wrote my newsletter on how to name your startup company. And what if, Tyler, we did an episode that was just naming your startup. And we just do 30 minutes on naming, like a clinic, like a how-to video.
Okay.
Would we be able to build an agenda where we
think
talk about
so.
that enough? It would take a lot of work, but it was sort of like the web TV episode.
But you know what we could do?
Yeah.
Is reach out to all the kind of esteemed former guests and get their pearls of wisdom on the topic.
Ah.
And then kind of glean that into...
Or we could just do a research deep dive on the web and say, here's what 20 people say.
I think each...
And if you put all that together in a slideshow and then we walk through it, us riffing on the 20 established facts that have been put out there on the web. You know, if Chris Dixon said this in an interview, or Jack Dorsey said Y, and Evan Williams said Z, and you know, Larry Page said
But I think their best jewels they keep kind of undercover.
Yeah. Or what if we had somebody do, this would be a lot of work, but what if we had somebody ask 10 people, how do you come up with the name of a company? Or how did you come up with the name of your company? And then we play each of those 10 clips and respond to it. Or 5 clips. So we have them do a go-to meeting or whatever with an HD Faces with those 5 people ahead of time. They just answer that one question, and then we play the tape of them answering that one question.
Speaking of great names, you know what is a great name? No,
MailChimp is an amazing
I don't know
name
if we're going there.
because it has literal and evocative, and it has a character.
Well, what I call visual.
Well, of course.
Well, you take 2 words, and it's brilliant because it obviously wasn't taken. Like, why would MailChimp.com? It's totally available, right?
SurveyMonkey.
Right? You take the action word. This is brilliant, by the way. So you take the action word, mail, and then put a character with it.
It's not an action word. Well,
No,
you're saying sending mail.
Mail is like the verb and the noun. It's like the base of
All
what
right,
they're
okay.
doing.
I thought it was more like a noun keyword, like an
But
object.
they put a visual animal kind of thing on it. This
right. Character-based stuff is just great. I love that.
Who did it first? SurveyMonkey?
SurveyMonkey, I think, was out first, but I could be wrong. But people have
And
done.
maybe they were going to do MailMonkey, and they were like, no, let's do MailChimp.
Yeah, and Zendesk has the Buddha, but it's got the Zen instead. So that would be like if you called MailChimp mail.
Right.
And I don't think mail is a good domain name. Anyway, but that might be an interesting thing, like a how to name your company episode, even if it was just short. Because I'm doing this book, the Startup Handbook, and I'm thinking about writing it. You know, I'm on vacation next week or part of it, just culminating all the nuggets that I've learned over the years from people. And I was just thinking, like, maybe we can do a how to hire people episode.
Oh, yeah.
Just on how to hire people.
Totally.
Okay, let's put that, hey, Carolyn, put that on the agenda. How to name your company, how to build a team, how to develop, how to select a market. Those are 3. How to select a market, how to name your company, how to build a team.
The team and hiring are...
Well, building a team includes motivating people, firing people, hiring people, recruiting.
I mean, there's like the founding team, and then there's like the people you hire on.
So we get into that.
All right.
The 2 phases. Co-founders and employees, what's the difference? How do you treat them differently? What is their compensation like? Because how to build a team, you've got compensation in there, you've got recruitment in there, you've got firing in there, you've got,
sexual harassment.
You've got sexual harassment in there, you've got all these amazing things. Never, ever in my life have I ever had a sexual harassment claim.
Nor will you ever.
Never will I have. Because?
No, you're very thoughtful about it.
I will never be alone with any employee.
And you never even take even a hint of a step towards anything that could even be ever possibly considered.
No, I will never be alone.
I've never heard you even remotely come close.
I will never put myself in a situation where I'm alone, one-on-one with an employee.
Well, not even that. I mean, even just verbally.
Except for you, Tom.
I mean,
we travel together.
Even verbally.
Well, we travel together. And there's a lot of hotels and late nights with you. I could sexually harass you. Like, Tyler, get me another robe. Well, we went to an onsen. No, actually, I went to the onsen after you. I went down after you.
I went many times.
Yes.
Did you go multiple times?
I just went once. We were almost naked in an onsen together.
For people that don't know, an onsen is...
I was very nervous about that.
Really?
Well, I was
because you're American and you're not used to doing it. I was very nervous first time I did it years ago.
I was very nervous. Yeah. Then I got down there and there's like 20 guys naked and they're all Japanese old guys.
Yes, and you can see they're just like loving it.
Yeah, and they're just like,
they don't give a
it's all hanging out. And,
yes.
But I just thought with the onsen thing, just so people know, an onsen is a Japanese spa where you go
outdoors,
and you're naked. And I just thought,
In a
I'm
ro-
gonna be-
it's a big like pool, hot,
it's a big
natural
hot pool
water pool
with rocks
outdoors.
around it, outdoors.
Gorgeous though. They're
gorgeous.
beautiful.
And I was under the stars, and with Miyazaki, it was a gorgeous
It's
experience.
hypnotic, yeah.
Hypnotic. But also very strange
Yes.
when you're a white guy and you walk into a room.
Yeah, you feel like you're far from home. Like you feel like you are in another world.
because you're naked.
Yeah. And there's no one that speaks English anywhere near
Nobody
you.
speaks English. And you
They
walk
don't
in,
even.
and
Yeah.
all 20 people go,
Yeah. White guy?
white guy.
Yeah.
You know, but then they just look away and they're just
That's
like,
right.
you know, because Japanese people are so sweet.
That's
you know,
right,
they're
yeah.
just like, you know, whatever. Anyway, show just got weird. Let's
Yeah.
do the next producer.
That's everybody.
That's everybody. Okay, so we've gone through everything. It's been a great 2 months. Producer program is doing fabulous. We have a total of, let's take a look here, 26 executive producers, 21 total producers, 34 associate producers, 41 supporters, and then the new Superfans fans and Broadcast fans, 6 Broadcast fans, 2 fans, and 1 Superfan. And the interesting thing is we've really dropped off in the number of people joining the program over the summer, which I think is a lot of the loyal people have signed up. But we need to do a little push in the fall of trying to really, I guess also I'm not mentioning as much in the show as I did early on. So maybe we have to come up with some, you know, a little bit of bigger push of the value of this. But really with 131 members and $49,000 in annual revenue, it's a pretty good group. I mean, we've really accomplished the task. I mean, this is basically paid essentially for the new TriCaster and everything. So we really thank everybody for supporting. That's why the show's in HD. You remember the other week we had everybody's computer up? It's because we got that TriCaster Extreme 850. It's doing fabulous. We also have the Broadcast Picks, so we have both of those units, and we're testing the Broadcast Picks as well. 2 great companies, 2 great products. I don't know which one's better at this point. They're just both fabulous machines. All right. Anything else we need to cover?
That's everything.
That's everything. Great job, Tyler, on the program. Great job, Carolyn and Matt. And we'll see you. Oh, and so finally, if you happen to be watching this, you're not a producer. The point of this is we just like to recap with the producers how things are going. We had a dozen of them on the line today. At 10% of the 130 members. The 130 members are on this email list, pounding out emails all day long. Join the fun, get access, and get advice, camaraderie for as little as, I think the Broadcast fans pay $2 a month. So, you know, $2 a month is less than a Starbucks. And if you want to go all the way and be an executive producer, $100 a month or $200 a month.
I like that you've adopted my mocha pricing strategy.
It's a mocha. Less than a mocha? How many mochas?
That's right.
Yes.
It used to be World Series of Poker.
No, I do it based on high societies,
Okay.
but I understand that everybody...
You've adopted my mocha
yes,
currency.
yes, a half a high society or whatever, yes. All right, we'll see you next time on the Appalachian Trail.